mainly in the Latin America and Caribbean region. Since the majority of our members in the United States, broke down that geography a little bit more for you. As you can see by this pie chart, more than 50% of ARIN's members come from 8 states in the United States. Those states are California, Texas, New York, Virginia, Florida, Washington, Illinois, and Maryland. And you can see the total numbers of the members we have in the other states. Note here is ARIN has a member in all 50 states and also one member in the Washington, D.C. area, or in Washington, D.C. Next, I'd like to give you some information about our AS number registrations over the past 2 years. As you can see here, I provided the information for 1998 and 1999. Also, you can see that there has been a substantial increase over the last 2 years in the number of AS number registrations. There are a total of 915 AS number registrations in 1998, and it increased to 1,685 in 1999. Something else that also increased over the last year were the number of IPv4 requests ARIN received. In 1999, we received a total of 1,480 requests for IP address space, as opposed to 900 in 1998. Currently, the average response time for response to a request for IPv4 address space from ARIN is 1 day or less. And another note here, 20% of the requests received at ARIN do not achieve approval status. You know, there are many reasons for this. 3 of the reasons being the requesting organization did not meet the request criteria, or the requesting organization requested a block smaller than ARIN's minimum allocation size of a /20. And in many cases, organizations submit incomplete templates, and when we go back to them and we ask for that additional information to be provided, they just do not respond, and they allow their ticket to expire after 90 days. This next slide here gives you some information on the CIDR block sizes issued in 1998 and 1999. You'll note here there's a line for other. An example of other are those allocations that are made off the CIDR bit boundary. An example of that would be ARIN allocating 96/24s to an organization from something that may have been held in reserve for them. But do keep in mind that those 96/24s were contiguous with a previous allocation, so that puts them back on the bit boundary. This next slide shows you how much IPv4 space was issued by ARIN in 1998 and 1999, measured in /24s. In 1998, ARIN issued 50,903 /24s total. And in 1999, 84,839, substantial increase. Also, I'd like to share some information with you about ARIN's /20 allocation history. As most of you are aware, ARIN reduced their minimum allocation size from a /19 to a /20 in February of 1999. And you can see the red line here on this graph to show you where the minimum allocation size was reduced. And you can see the number of /20s issued increased beyond that time. This slide here gives you some information on the blocks that ARIN currently administers. Currently we're making our allocations out of the 64/8 network. And a visit to ICANN's website, which will link you to the IANA website, will show you the /8s that are currently listed as reserved. Currently listed as reserved here from the IANA website, I pulled this information from there, 105 /8s are listed as reserved. And that accounts for approximately 41% of the total IPv4 address space. Also, I'd like to share some information with you about ARIN's IPv6 registrations. During the year of 1999, ARIN received 3 requests for IPv6 address space. 2 of those requests have been approved and allocated. One of those requests have recently been approved but not yet allocated. ARIN's initial IPv6 allocation size is a /35, reserved from a /29. And if you'd like to find more information about ARIN's IPv6 registration service, you can visit the URL listed here in red. Our largest volume template at ARIN is the SWIP template. As you can see by the numbers here, there was a substantial increase again of templates processed in 1999 over 1998. We had 238,000 in 1999. That's over 137,000 in 1998. It's an increase of about 100,000. Registration transfers in 1999. ARIN completed 121 registration transfers. Those are IP number registrations and AS number registrations, as opposed to the 70 that were completed in 1998. So the transfer traffic also increased. And also we do run a help desk at ARIN. I know many of you probably called it before. We do our best to answer on the first or second ring, but the amount of phone calls we received in 1999 did go up much from where the numbers were in 1998. We received just over or almost 16,000 calls in 1999 as opposed to the 9,000 in 1998. I'd like to give you some information also about ARIN's routing registry. ARIN currently mirrors the routing registries listed here on the slide, and we currently have 314 objects in the ARIN routing registry. If you'd like to find more information about using ARIN's routing registry or just general information, you can visit the URL listed here in red. And at this time, I'd also like to invite everyone here to participate in ARIN's mailing lists. We do have many mailing lists that are open to the general public, and those mailing lists are listed here. And I'd like to invite you to visit the URL listed here in red to participate and in the community, in the policy things, discussions that are going on and things of that sort at these mailing lists. Also like to at this time invite the public to ARIN's upcoming public policy meeting on April 3 and April 4, and members, ARIN members, to ARIN's member meeting to be held on April 5. The meeting is going to be held in Calgary this spring, April 3 through April 5, and the sponsor will be Shaw Communications. Additional information and registration can be found at the URL listed here in red. Also like to share some information with you about the ASO Council representatives in each region. ARIN's elected representatives are Kathy Whitbut for a 3-year term, David Meyer for a 2-year term, and Raimundo Becca for a 1-year term. Also listed here are the elected representatives from the APNIC region and the Ripon CC region. I'd like to invite everyone here to attend the ARIN microallocation BOF this evening. It will begin at 7:30 p.m. this evening, and it is scheduled to last until 9:30 p.m. And this BOF will be moderated by Kathy Whitbroad of the ARIN Advisory Council. And before I close my portion of the presentation today, I would just like to let you know that the following ARIN staff are available at NANOG 18 for the remainder of today and all day tomorrow to answer your questions. Kim Hubbard, Michael O'Neill, Sam Kurtzman, and I. And before we close for lunch, ARIN's president, Kim Hubbard, has some information that she'd like to share with you all.
I bet you thought you weren't going to have to hear from me today, didn't you? Okay, if you're anything like me, the last thing you want to hear about is another meeting, but I really do want to encourage everyone to attend the ARIN public policy meeting coming up in April in Calgary, Canada. We have a lot of interesting IP times ahead of us, and it's important that all of you, or your organizations at least, be aware of what's going on. We're going to be starting contract negotiations in the near future with ICANN. I'm sure you all know about ICANN. And it's going to be, it's going to touch on issues such as, the future of ARIN with regards to ICANN and whether ICANN should follow the same IP policies as everyone else, or whether they should be allowed to directly allocate address space without following the policies. So it should be very interesting, along with topics such as microallocations and all the other policies. It's ARIN, the big question is that's going to be coming up in the future with the ICANN negotiations is where does ARIN and the other registry, where do ARIN and the other registries obtain their authority from? And we believe that it's bottom up. We believe that it's from you. You determine policies, global and local regional registry policies. But to do that, you really have to be involved. I just want to make sure that you all keep yourselves aware and understand what's going on with IP in the future. It'll benefit all of us if you do. And that's all I have to say. If you all have any questions, you're welcome.
Before you run away, Sean Dowland, I have a question. Actually, It's my usual question.
Okay.
Marrying the registration databases between AP-NIC, RIPE, and ARIN, how is that project coming along?
Our engineering group at ARIN has been in communication recently, and of course over the last couple of months, with the other registries, and there has been some significant progress in that. Go ahead.
Just really quickly, we really are working on it. We wanted to wait till after the Y2K problem was over with, but now that, we're okay and you're okay, we're going to move ahead with this. Okay.
Are there any other questions? Yes.
More of a comment than a question, but with NANOG, the mailing lists are mirrored on a website as an archive. For your mailing lists, I think it would be a good idea for getting people familiar with the content of the mailing list, or to be able to access it through an archive.
Okay, great suggestion. Thank you very much. Any other questions? All right, thank you.